You got the business news update. It's a Wednesday, and so you know it's time for the glass ceiling. Who should be responsible for childcare? Who should be responsible for childcare? We had this conversation. We started this conversation last week because over the last few weeks we talked about domestic duties and whether they belong to the husbands or to the wives or to both. Before talking about that, we talked about Emerald Udakaji of Ebonyi State. She was a special assistant to Governor David Umahi, and she had to resign to save her marriage. And when we talked about it, some of you said, oh, she made the right call. Some of you said, no, she made the wrong decision there. And then I shared a story that a man shared on his Twitter about how he used to believe that domestic work was for his wife alone. He felt that his only job was to make money outside, bring it home. His wife was also bringing money home. His wife was not a housewife from her business. But that did not matter to him. As far as he was concerned, she had to do her business, come home and take care of the house as well, face the housework. And if she didn't do everything right, if she didn't prepare the exact food he wanted, it was his right to get angry with her. He would get angry with her. And then he told us how eventually his wife had a breakdown. He came home, found her slumped, so she had to be hospitalized. And then when they came back home, he had to do all the domestic work. And in that process, he saw the light. So today he and his wife share all the work. And when I told you that story, a lot of you loved it. A lot of you resonated with that story. It resonated with a lot of you. A lot of you agreed with the outlook that if husband and wife are both working outside the home, then they should also share the duties inside the home. That it's not fair for one person to come home from work, still have to do more work, while the other person comes home and just relaxes their nerves. So we agreed, that when we had that conversation. And then last week, I now asked you, what about childcare? Do we also agree that childcare should be shared? Do we see the wife as the primary person responsible for childcare? Should we stop seeing the wife, the mother, as the primary caregiver? Should we start seeing father and mother as equally responsible for the upbringing of their children? Equally responsible for feeding them, equally responsible for bathing them, equally responsible for doing their homework, equally responsible for managing their social lives, so getting them ready for a birthday party, seeing their friends, sleepovers, whatever. All that work that goes into the day-to-day, of raising a child. Should this be shared as well? I asked that question last week, and I got very, 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 very interesting calls. So here's this call that I got from a couple. First his wife called, and then the husband took the phone and spoke with me. And here's how that conversation went.
My name is Ralph.
Hi, Ralph. Thanks for calling.
Thank you very much. The problem we have in our society is purely upbringing.
Okay.
I was born into a family of 8 boys.
Wow.
And I grew up to do everything myself. Upbringing is our biggest challenge in what we are saying today.
Okay.
So I do everything, and I'm proud to say it, that the only thing I cannot do as a man is to get pregnant and breastfeed a baby. Every other thing, proudly, I do it in my house. And I say it in my office, I say it in the church, I say it anywhere I go to. If you like, take it. If you like, leave it. If you like, get angry. But that's the reality.
All right. Thank you, Ralph.
My kids, I raise them. I stay with my kids. I do everything with my kids. If my wife leaves me with the children from morning till evening, I don't call her and ask her for anything. I manage the crisis. If there's any crisis, I manage them myself. purely because of upbringing. The biggest challenge we have is purely upbringing. And that is why I will plead with you to please discuss parenting.
Okay.
Parenting. Because if you ask me, I will tell you that parenting in our modern day world has failed.
Okay.
I brought in two boys to my house. And as they step into my house, they met me cleaning my sitting room. And the first thing the boy of 8 asked me is, Uncle Raf, are you sweeping? I said, yes. No, he said, Uncle Raf, what are you doing? I said, I am sweeping. I'm cleaning my sitting room. He said, why? I said, why are you asking me why? He said, because you are the man now. You're not supposed to be sweeping. You're supposed to be cleaning the house.
An 8-year-old boy. 8-year-old.
An 8-year-old boy.
My God.
Told me that 2 weeks ago. That Uncle Raf, what are you doing? I said, I'm sweeping. I'm cleaning my sitting room. He said, why are you doing it? You are the head of the house now. You are the man now. I looked at this young boy, this small boy. Now imagine at 8. Imagine the kind of wife that young man will marry. Imagine the children that will grow up under the apple string of that young man. So, if you ask me, parenting has failed. And not until we correct parenting in our society, forget it.
Ralph calling me last week with that comment, but I got another call that was also as interesting as this particular call. Right? I want you to listen to that call as well, and then I'll start taking your own calls. Emmanuel, whose responsibility is it?
It is naturally, I want to talk about the responsibility in the home. Where love is, the responsibility can be shared between both the husband and the wife. But that is not to say that the primary responsibility of the woman is not to take care of the home. Biblically,
we're not talking about the home now. We're talking about children that you both had. Whose primary responsibility is that?
Actually, I've been trying to call in for some other programs and I couldn't get in. We're talking about caring for the child. Let me say that to care for a child, a tender baby, it's the responsibility of the woman to. That is how God designed it, to take care of the baby while the child is still tender. But while the child is grown, the man can as well take responsibility to help in the taking care. But where?
To help in taking care of your own child. You're helping.
Yes, the man can take care of the child, but when the child is grown enough to be handled by a man, but the tender care that the child needs while she's very small.
So by tender, you mean when the child is small, bathing the child, feeding the child, that one is for the women.
Yeah.
So people like my father that did it, do they have 2 heads?
Did your father take care of the child from a day old?
Yes, my father was the one who did our bathing, our feeding, because my mom couldn't do it. She was too afraid she would drop us.
That is in situations where the mother is incapable of doing it.
No, my mother wasn't incapable. My father just did it. Did he have 2 heads?
It's not a matter of having 2 heads. What I mean is this. When the woman isn't disposed or is unable to do it, but when
I'm arguing your natural point. So now you're amending it to when the woman is indisposed. So that means man can do it, but he just doesn't want to until the woman is indisposed.
The man can do it, but what if the man is engaged in some activities and he is the breadwinner of the home, and while the woman is not working? Do you advise that the man also wakes up, take care of the baby?
What is wrong with it? Is it not his baby? Is it not his baby? Is it a stranger's baby?
But don't you think that the primary responsibility of the man is to care for the home in the area of provision?
Part of caring for the home is caring for the children you put inside the woman's stomach.
Yes, we are not arguing that. He put it there.
We actually are arguing that because you're saying because he has to go and make money, he can't wake up early to give his child a bath.
So are you, Sandra, are you saying that the man who is the breadwinner of the home, while the wife is not working, she'll wake up and bath the baby and do the household chores?
I'm not saying that, but I'm not saying that, but I'm saying why can't the man do that?
The man can do it, but I feel, or let me say, the man can do it. It's not as if the man cannot do it. But there is something that you said some time ago about the woman not being the primary, you're saying that it is not the primary responsibility of the woman to take care of the home. Consider what the Bible says in Titus chapter 1, chapter 2, verse 5. It said, to the district, chase, keep us at home. Good, obedient to their own husbands. Keep us at home. That really means that God is expecting the woman to be a keeper of the home.
Yes, but at no point did the Bible say. But at no point did the Bible say, "Man, don't give your child a bath." And quite the interesting conversation that. Now that you have a picture of how things went down last week Wednesday, I'm curious where you stand. Do you think that, like my last caller said, it should be the responsibility of the mother? It should be on the mother's shoulders alone, except until she's indisposed. Now, I want to narrow the conversation down because people want to use that whole, what if I'm the breadwinner and she's at home? I want to narrow it down to both the wife and the husband are working. Let's focus on those two people. Since from the people who were calling me last week, they seem to be saying that if the wife is working and the husband is working, if the wife is not working and the husband is working, then the wife should raise the children by herself. Okay, let's focus on the wife and the husband both have a business, or the wife and the husband both have an office that they go to, and they have a child, or 2 children, or 3, or 4. Whose responsibility should it be primarily to take care of that child? They are both working. They both have businesses. They both go out to bring daily bread. They are both breadwinners for the family. Whose responsibility primarily should the children be? 0700 993 993 993 01465 7190 01465 7190. Only call that line if you are female. Then only call 0700 993 993 993 if you are male. 0700 993 993 993 if you are male. Hello, thanks for calling us. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for calling. What's your name?
Victoria.
Victoria, good to have you on the show. Turn your radio off, then go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I could hear you before. I was just hearing your radio as well, but I can't hear it anymore. So go ahead.
Okay, is it better now?
Go ahead.
Okay. With what I have a very loving husband. So and he does so many things and almost everything. Do you understand? But naturally, in life, I want to come from the God perspective. You understand? Like, God has made everything so beautiful. Just as, what I mean is that everything just works out exactly the way it should be. This is what I mean. You have a child, but the developmental part of the child is determined by the child, at the pace of the child, the way God has created it. You have little or no function to do about that. Yes, you have to feed, you have to do so many other things. But about the growth of the child, it's the child that does it. You just wake up and you see the child growing and all that like that.
Okay.
That's what I mean. So for the husband and the wife, naturally, when you have children, as a mother, there are some things that you do without being told. And there are some things that your husband will do also without being told. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes. So naturally, it falls in place, especially when there's love. If you start having it in the mind that who is going to be responsible for this, there's going to be a whole lot of problems. A whole lot of problems. So just let things fall in place. Let the husband love the wife. Let the wife love the husband. Do what you can do. And if it's becoming too heavy for you, just tell your husband or tell your wife, see, this thing is much for me. Please help me out. And if you have somebody that loves you, fine, everything will fall in place. That's what I do.
What if you don't have somebody that loves you? Then what happens?
Why would you marry someone that doesn't love you?
It happens all the time. People marry people that don't love them all the time.
For them.
So what happens?
Yeah.
So let's pretend that a woman is about to marry a man she doesn't love, or a man is about to marry a woman he doesn't love. What would you recommend in their house? Who would you say to them, this is whose primary responsibility it is when it comes to raising children?
They'll have to play. It won't work. That's just the truth. It won't work because love itself is patient.
Yeah, but you could not love each other but love your children. I know a lot of people who are married who hate each other but they love their children.
It can't work. work, my sister. There's a lot.
You're just
to it.
refusing to answer the question, Victoria.
No, it can't work. There's a lot to it. That's just
What can't work?
It can't work because you have to love. It's
Yes.
sacrifice.
Yeah, ideally, in dreamland, you have to love. In real life, you don't always love. So when you don't love, whose primary responsibility is it?
The responsibility is a sacrifice on its own. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Are you a motivational preacher?
Like to do domestic chores or all that. But the sacrifice, you just do it. Consciously or unconsciously, you do it. Because you have to do it.
Yeah, but who has to do it?
The man or the woman.
Okay. All right. You finally given me an answer, Victoria. Thank you very much. Abednego Nikorodu, welcome.
Wahala be like bicycle. Good driver that we don't know.
Good to have you on the show.
Thank you. Sandra, let me ask you a few questions.
Mm-hmm.
When you went to look for who to date, were you talking to yourself? Was it a monologue?
No.
Okay. When you got married and it was time for put them, was it a monologue?
Uh-huh.
Good. Now, you have bring picking, you have said joy to them was the child is born. I am making it a one-sided thing. I don't think it makes any sense. If we are being honest too, it's not, this one does not even have to do with gender war or anything. Because now, if Nami and you run all the process, then we should be able to do same thing for the child or children. I mean, there should be no anybody is bigger than the other person. Yes, waiting bad if I carry my pikin go school, if I bath am. I mean, it's cute because at the end of the day, the pikin go no say yes. Okay, it's not one-sided. Take care of the child in a way that at some point he go even confused, say, wow, who I love pass inside both parties. Yes, because 90% of the reason why we go get this verse on Mother's Day say we not get plenty music from men, but women get like 40 songs when they talk about mama. If we play our part, let him be so cute in a way that it's convincing to the child enough to say, who are you going to pick between your mom and your dad? And you're like, both of them, they run almost the same thing, except time not be. So I'll give it to both. But when that happens, if you are doing all the nabali together, take care of the child together.
I bet you go. Get out of here. Thank you very much for calling. Victoria, Vicky, not Victoria. Vicky is in Lekki. Hello, Vicky.
Hi, Sandra. Okay, so let me start from the second recording that you played from last week.
Mm-hmm.
The man talking about when the babies are small or something, that's the mother's responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Let me use a personal story, actually.
Okay.
I gave birth to my daughter. When I gave birth to my daughter, I went through a C-section.
Okay.
And the moment she came out of me, it was the baby, so they had to take the baby to, run a few tests on her and everything.
Mm-hmm.
My husband went with the baby the entire, I think about 4 or 5 hours when they were checking the baby because she had some type of breathing issues. He was there the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
When they brought the baby back, my husband was the one that did the first swaddling, the first skin to skin. What else? The first bath, because I was just, and the funny thing was, it wasn't like I was
incapable.
I couldn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was, because I'm just one of the lucky few people that I had C-section, and the next day I was already moving around.
Okay.
Like there was nothing wrong with me. But my husband was the one that was doing everything. Like at first skin to skin, at first this, at first that. He was at first poop, at first diaper change. He was the one that did it. So when I hear men say, "Oh, the baby is so fragile, I cannot carry the baby because the baby is too small," I'm like, that's just a very lame excuse. Now, going back to the question, well, you narrowed it down to when both of them are working. My husband and I are working, but we have decided we now have a schedule.
Okay.
So my husband's office is closer to work. He takes her to school. He brings her back home. Whenever maybe he's running late at the meeting, he'll call me, "Hey babe, I'm running late at the meeting. Can you pick her up?" I pick her up. In fact, it's almost like once it's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock when we're leaving the office, we call each other. Somebody calls each other like, "Oh, Alpha, where are you?" "Okay, I'm almost there." "Okay, no, you just go home straight. We just go home straight. And there's no even hard thing. There's nothing to fight about. Like it just comes naturally. Like, and I don't really support the whole idea of it's because we love each other like that. There are people who, maybe they were forced into the marriage or something, but just because the man has affection for his children, he does what is right. There are people that have seen that they don't really love each other, but they do things to support each other. It's not anything is all love sometimes. It's just common sense. It's just human sympathy.
Vicky.
Just have sympathy for people. Just show people that, just help them out in one way
Vicky,
or the other.
I have to go. Thanks for calling,
Women
Vicky.
are half the population, but don't hold half the political representation. Look at your forum, even your local government council. You will not find a room half filled with women. It's time to translate our U.S. Consulate General, UK High Commission. To register, go to www.nigeria.fm.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Say you wanna feel that boost? Allow me to introduce Amber Energy Drink. No more shutting down, we're going up. Oh yeah, get ready, stimulate your energy. Amber is the remedy. Go around, tell somebody. Oh yeah, get ready, stimulate your energy. Amber is the remedy. Go around, tell somebody. Say, what are you waiting for? Yeah, now you can do more because Amber Energy Drink there for you. Amber Energy Drink there for you. No need to go too far. You can find it where you are because Amber Energy Drink there for you. Amber Energy Drink there for you.
Amber Energy Drink. Stimulate the energy in you.
Women are persistent. I mean, there are lots of them out there. They're very persistent. No matter how you say, I am married, though. Don't worry, I'm good. I don't want to do this. I'm fine. They are there. The one that will wear waist bead that come around and touch you. Oh,
teaching children self-defense skills appears to be like a necessary thing for their day-to-day living. Because you never know. You go to the street and say, give you slap. You can't be bullying you all around.
Catch the dynamic duo of Collins Teke and Andrea Oduobi Teke every weekday, 10 to 12 noon on your number one station for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Hey, what will I do now?
Rumi, what happened now?
My data unexpectedly finished and I'm in a very important online meeting. I don't have any cash to buy recharge card from Alaji. I'm going to the bank right now. It's a long thing.
Is that what you're stressing? Just dial star 945 hash to buy airtime and data from your Alert or Wema Bank account on your phone.
Don't mean it.
Oh yeah, Tite, you can also pay our electricity and cable TV subscription for the month and transfer half of the money I used to buy fuel yesterday, all on star 945 hash.
So fast. Sorry, I'm back in my meeting. I can't hear you again.
Keep the vibe going. Dial star 945 hash to buy airtime and data, transfer funds, pay utility bills, and perform more banking transactions without internet connection.
Wema Bank, with you all the way.
Women are half the population, but don't hold half the political representation. Look at your parliament, your governor's forum, even your local government council. You will not find a room half filled with women. It's time to translate our equal population into equal political power. And so on March 7th, at the GlassCeiling Convention, let's make a plan to get it. Brought to you by Nigeria Info 99.3 FM and the GlassCeiling with Sandra Ezekwesili. This International Women's Day, let's talk about how to take over parties, how to win primaries, how to win elections, how to protect protect our votes. Our guest speaker is Inse Ufot, founder of the New Georgia Project that helped flip the U.S. Senate. Our panelists include Honorable Nnenna Okeje, Ringsola Abiola, Kate Henshaw,
Honorable Zainab Buba Galadima, Brianna Olsen, Cynthia Mbamalu,
Indi Kato, Damilola Odufua. To register to attend for free, go to www.nigeriainfo.fm.
Official partners Yaga Africa, Canadian High Commission, U.S. Consulate General, and the UK High Commission.
For ShopRite, you fit buy Chatteram things there for better price. We go give your pocket relief. Buy 3 850 ml 5 Alive all variant juice for 799 naira 99 kobo, plus 24 can of Amstel Malta drink for only 1,199 naira 99 kobo. Check www.shop.com.ng for more deals. Then all this price go last till March 7, 2021. ShopRite, Tashere price when you fit trust all the time.
Hey, Renma will lend you up to 6 million naira in 24 hours for business or personal needs. So, for loans of up to 6 million naira, visit renmoney.com or call 0700 5500. Call us now. Our phone lines are open till 11 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Need money? Ren Money.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
This is the Glass Ceiling on Hard Facts.
I am Sandra Ezekwesili. On the Glass Ceiling today, I'm asking a very simple question. Who should be primarily responsible for the child? If you just joined the show, this is Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Every Wednesday at 4, we bring you the Glass Ceiling. And on the Glass Ceiling, we talk about all the different obstacles in the way of women when they're trying to simply do life, live life without having to worry about all the things that men don't have to worry about, all the things that get in their way. So today, we're narrowing the conversation down to working parents. The mother's working, the father's working. Whose responsibility is it to take care of the children? Because we have to remember that this question, it sounds simple. This issue, it sounds like a simple, trivial thing, but it has an actual effect on the lives of most especially women. Think about the effect that this has on the careers of women. You go to some homes, the father has no idea about the day-to-day childcare matters. So, for example, he has no idea which of his son's clothes need to be washed in a particular way. He has no idea which food the child likes or doesn't like. He doesn't know what type of soap or body cream is best for his daughter's skin. Once the mother is not around, all hell breaks loose. Any matter that needs to be handled, he tells the children or he tells the nanny, wait until the mother is around. Go call your mother on the phone. Have you experienced it? Have you ever traveled with a work colleague who is a mother? Like maybe a business trip, maybe for 2 or 3 days. Have you ever traveled with a work colleague? Have you noticed how all the time she's getting calls from home or she's calling home? Has Kemi eaten? Has Tolu washed his uniform? Have you washed Tolu's uniform? Chinyere, have you finished your homework? It's almost as if now that she is gone, there's no other adult in the house. Compare that with your colleague who is a father. Does he have to make those types of calls? More often than not, he doesn't. So again, back to what I said earlier on, think about the effect that this has on careers. When we started this conversation, I gave you the example of Emerald Udakaji. She said that she was resigning to save her marriage. Many of you supported her. Some of you said if she's working in a political job and spending so much time out of the home, who will raise the children? And when we had that conversation, I asked you, what about their father? Why can't their father pick up the slack at home? Because if Emerald had been a man, we would all expect that while he is working late in her political post, the wife would be at home handling the kids. So what we are saying is men can work whatever job they need to because their wives will raise the kids. But a woman cannot work any job she wants to. She has to do a job that allows her to raise the children on her own. because her husband will not raise them. And then we'll still come out and say women are not marginalized. Women have the same opportunities as men. Does that make sense? Does it? Why shouldn't fathers and mothers have equal childcare responsibility? Why? When they were making the baby, it was equal, back and forth, and then, things happen and the baby is planted. One person does the pushing out. Sometimes it's both of them, so she's pushing and someone's holding hands, and sometimes you get your fingers broken in the process. But it doesn't compare in some cases. So you do the job to make the baby together. She does the job to bring the baby into the world. Why can't you do the job equally to raise the child or the children? 0700-993-993-993 014657190. Don't worry, we're going to continue this conversation next Wednesday. I want to stay on this topic for a long time because we need to start to change how we think. We honestly do. 0700-993-993 0700-993-993. And then we also have 014657190. Frank in Ojo, welcome.
Auntie Sandra.
Good to have you back.
Yes. Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
Auntie Sandra, see my own take in this issue. Any organization or any society that I will find women discussing about a man and a woman whose duty is to be taking care of children, whose duty is to cook. That organization, I will call them a witchcraft coven meeting. Because God Almighty have created this world and furnish it the way it's supposed to be. Then we, human beings, want to come and change it. Auntie Sandra, it is not good.
So you're saying that God created man and woman created
wait.
man to not raise his child?
Wait now, Auntie Sandra. If you bring a question, and if some people are saying exactly how you want it, you doesn't ask question, it doesn't interrupt. But if somebody wants to tell you the truth, you will be asking questions, asking big questions, so that person will speak out of point.
Big question, Ke.
Yes.
No, I asked a very simple question. I said, when God made man, God said to man, don't raise your child?
No, it's not what God said.
What did God say?
God created this man and bring a woman. If the woman knows how to bring this baby, at the time that no matter whatever man can do in this life, no matter how hard man is, a man cannot carry two children, two small, 3 children, and cross the main road, go for a distance and come back. It is not easy, but a woman will do it and we not call it anything.
But man is stronger than woman. How can man not carry baby and cross road, but woman can?
That's what I'm telling you. See, make I tell you. You see how strong, no matter how Mike Tyson and Anthony Joshua, no matter how strong they are, they cannot carry 2 small children or 3 of them to go to east and come back. They cannot do it. A man cannot carry a small baby like 2 months or 3 months to reach or and come back. It is not easy. And a woman will carry 3 children, 4 children, travel and come back.
And you
call it anything.
And you will still open mouth and call her the weaker sex.
Where God created it.
But you will still open mouth and say she's the weaker sex.
So if let me tell you, it is not that we man doesn't know how to cook.
It's just that you're wicked and you don't want to do it.
Are you getting me?
It's just that you're wicked, you don't want to do it.
No, I do it. I do everything in my house. I do it.
But when you marry, you will stop doing it. But when you marry, you will stop doing it.
I married since over 2008, 2009. I do everything up to today.
So why are you arguing with me here?
You are breaking it to be as if that it is a must that a man should be doing it, or they should share it 50-50, and it is wrong.
Why can't they share it 50-50? Why can't they share it 50-50?
Alexander, if you use big English and ask me questions, I will use my broken and my...
Why they no fit share and 50-50?
How they go share a 50-50?
Why they no fit share 50-50?
They not fit share a 50-50 because
Why?
God don't share everything.
No, wait, God said share 50-50. God said, and let us make man in our image. And so he made them man and woman. Yes, he did. He said, and they made them male and female. Go and read your Bible. Yes, he did for Bible, my guy.
No, I not agree.
But you're actually deviating from my point. So what you're saying to me, Frank, what you're saying to me, Frank, I'm not going to cut you off if you don't keep shouting. What I'm saying is this. You're saying to me, Frank, you're saying to me that the Bible says man should not raise his own child. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you want to put that question on my head. It's not what I said.
So what did you say?
A man cook. A man best children. But whose duty is who holds the duty?
Exactly. Whose duty is it, Frank?
It is a duty of a woman.
Why? Why is it a duty of a woman?
Because woman understands the language of children more than a man.
How does she? Who taught her? Who taught her to understand the language of children?
When they used to speak out their Chinese language, the woman here will understand all those languages.
I see.
But a man cannot understand it.
How? How come a woman can understand it but a man cannot understand it? Are men dumber than women?
Wait, because she's the one that carries this baby. She's the one that.
Oh, so you're saying that? So you're saying that if men carry the babies, so you're saying if men carry the babies when the babies are born.
I don't like what you are doing. So, I like it to stop because this thing now. Look at one woman that received from a boy state. Up to today, you are not happy.
So you're saying, Frank, cello no. Frank, cello no. So you're saying, Frank, that if a man carries his baby from day one, he will understand the Chinese that he used to speak. Okay?
But you see the duty of that. I decided to do that. I am now. If you give me a 2 months baby, I will be afraid. I cannot carry it out of fear.
Do you think the woman is not afraid?
Women.
Do you think they're not afraid?
The next question I want you to ask next week.
But you're not answering my question.
Whose duty is to deliver a baby?
Whose duty is to deliver a baby?
Have a pregnancy and whose duty to deliver it? That's the next question I want you to ask next week. Because all the things you are doing is not good.
You just called me to fight. You don't want to answer any of the questions I'm asking.
I'm annoyed the way you are doing this thing.
Your annoyance is in your pocket, Frank. That's now you sabi. Go on. I'm just asking questions.
Wait, just 10 seconds. Last week in our sister station, a woman has problem because the husband come back from Germany on December. Then this woman tell the wife, "Hey, go to the market and buy meat. You see now your mate that are selling the meat." Did you know what happened? This man look at this, and this woman has been using rough voice to the husband. The man tell her now at our sister station now that before he comes back, that she has to leave that house. Now she is calling radio station for us for me to beg. Now we are now begging. Calling the man now to just let go. The man said, okay, no problem.
What has that got to do with raising your own children?
Now it's because of all this teaching. All this teaching is bad teaching. This is bad teaching. It's wrong.
Telling you to raise your own child is bad teaching. Frank,
the way you are doing it, is wrong.
Frank, telling you to raise your child is bad teaching.
And I don't want to bother with
Frank, telling you to raise your child is bad teaching. That's what you're saying, no?
I decided that every man raise a man that pays school fees, you go out to bring food, you take care of, you go.
What about a house where the woman is the one going out? Frank, what of the house? Okay, this conversation has degenerated and it can't keep going on because at this point we're just shouting and we're not listening to each other. But Frank says I'm teaching you bad things because I'm asking you to raise your own children. Okay, let me come to let me come to WhatsApp. Okay. All right then. Let's see. We've got Adedeji Abdul Quadri who says both parents are saddled to their children's responsibility, which has to be performed, but especially the father. is to take care of the child financially, so school fees. But the mother should take care of the child through physical and spiritual, so preparation of food, etc. Okay.
For the best talk.
So your state governor is said to have ordered immediate employment of 5,000 youths. Don't we need more of these to come from different governments?
Stay with Nigeria Info.
Do you think that maybe those food items just came like that, decayed already? I mean, what is really the truth?
I try to be careful not to use the word hoarding because I do not have that points at that.
Your number one station for talk. 99.3. Let's talk.
All right, the next 45 minutes of the Glass Ceiling is brought to you courtesy UNICAF. UNICAF is an agency, an education agency, one of the biggest in the world, hoping that they can help you study online in various universities all across the world. And they've been so kind to sponsor the next 15 minutes of the show. All right, back to WhatsApp. Sandra, it's quite okay. No, let's take this one. This topic is subject to argument. If there's love, I see no reason why a husband cannot assist the wife, but it should not be by force. Why are you saying assist? It's your child. Why are you assisting in raising your child? Nah, sorry, but am I from Mars? Why are you assisting in raising? It's your child. It's your child. It's your child. Why are you assisting in raising your child? It's your child. Let's not forget it's your child. More messages here. Sandra, it's quite shocking to hear that man defend rubbish. I like how you made him realize his foolishness. Sadly, this is a situation in Nigeria and the world today. However, it's the duty of both parents to raise a child. They both procreated. Because a woman carries and births a child doesn't mean that the child is her responsibility alone. Michael from Yaba says, we've got more messages here. Sandra, couples should play complementary roles in their society and envisaged role in their house. It will be very instructive that women should be careful of assumed rights or advancing equality in their homes. Miriam Babangida took women to Beijing, China. When they came back, she cautioned that they should not advance the equal rights for women to their domestic homes. This is a worthy advice to all women, Chris from Satellite Town says. All right, so telling men to raise their children is advancing equal rights to the homes. Men, are they fear? Una, they make me fear. This is what women have to marry? This? Oh my God. This is the dating pool? This? All right. More messages here on WhatsApp. Culture has confused men in Africa regarding parenting. Controversy in parenting. Oppo. Ego and arrogance is a problem of men. Last. This one is expository. Mr. V from Shomolu says. Mr. V, thank you very much for your message. Another one here. Did your father breastfeed you? No, he bottle fed me. I don't know what you people want from men anymore. Raise your children. Very soon you people will demand that men will help you to keep pregnancy. Or more, if women can, I'm sure they will ask you to do that too. We've got somebody who says, honestly, the responsibility lies with both parents. The men provide, protect, validates the children. The wife / homemaker era is gone. Hence, retooling of the model that works best as the situation requires. That's a message from Basi in Awoya. Yeah. All right, before we go on, let me tell you more about UNICAF. UNICAF is a leading education agency, and they've got so much goodness, especially for people who sign up through the show. Am I right?
Yeah, most definitely. UNICAF is doing something really fantastic because, I mean, now's the time if you have if you've been looking for a way to earn higher qualification, you can now do that with UNICAF, you know. So you can apply for a UNICAF scholarship of 75% today, and you only need to pay the remaining 25% of the fees in easy installments. So it's like an educational scholarship, so to speak, you know. And of course, UNICAF is the gateway to quality higher education, offering internationally recognized grades awarded by reputable partner universities at a fraction of the original cost. Generally generous UNICAF scholarships are available for all programs and cover a large percentage of tuition fees, depending on the financial institution of each application. Depending on the financial situation of each applicant, you can study for an internationally recognized bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree online from a reputable British university without leaving your job, your family, or even your country, from the comfort of your home and in your own free time. So it's basically university that's tailored to you. And the benefits of joining UNICAF are a lot. You can even earn an academic or professional qualification while saving an expensive air travel and high living costs that would pay if you went to study in a foreign country. And of course, with a UNICAF scholarship, you can learn as you earn, keeping your job and salary, and continue to care for your family. So you can do all that studying in the evening and on the weekends, and when you have free time, and when you're free from other obligations, which is very convenient and flexible. And the cutting-edge UNICAF digital platform hosts the virtual learning environment, keeps you connected 24/7 with fellow students and lecturers, while giving you unlimited access to an expansive e-library with thousands of volumes to research and study, and you can access your study materials using any digital device connected to the internet. It's absolutely fantastic what UNICAF is doing, and as a bonus gift, you'll be offered free access to UNICAF University Professional Development short course when you register for your degree. So think right, use creatively the extra time you spend at home during this pandemic, and prepare yourself for the competitive global working place of the future. You know, the world has become a global village, so call UNICAF Nigeria on 07000 111 000. That's 07 3 zeros, 3 ones, and 3 zeros yet again. So it's 07000 111 000 to discover a world of opportunities. And remember, with UNICAF, you can. So make sure you make the right decision right now.
He's going to tell us more about UNICAF before we go. They're bringing the last 15 minutes of this show to you, and I'm sure you're itching to call in and tell me your thoughts. So let me come back to the phone lines. 01465 7190. 01465 and then 0700-993-993-993. Hello, thank you for calling us.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Rose.
Hi, Rose.
About the UNICAF degree scholarship.
Hmm.
So I was wondering, how do you get into the program? How do you register?
How do you register, Brown? How do you register?
You can basically go to the website, or you can call UNICAF Nigeria on 07000 111 000.
Okay, so when I call the number, they just give
you have to go through the
students?
prompts, and then they can put you through.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
All right. We've got Anonymous calling us. Hello, Anonymous. Thanks for calling.
I appreciate this topic you brought up, and it's quite a good one. But I want you to understand some things that no one is apportioning. Like, I know some men will apportion the...
Your radio is on. Can you turn it off?
It's off. It's off.
Yes. Okay, there's feedback I'm hearing, and it's terrible for my ear.
Oh, it's not on. It's totally off.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so some men, I know that men will want to, some men want to say, okay, it's the sole responsibility of the woman. But I want you to still remember and give preference to what the Bible has said, the way it was. Now, look at, the Bible said that women are not allowed to speak in church, that they should keep silence in church. Now, that is for a reason. But on the other hand, it's a shame if women are the one championing the cause of certain things. That's the way the Bible puts it, for that if women are the one championing that cause. It doesn't say that women cannot. So the unfair thing to do is to say this thing is attached to a woman. But naturally, a woman has been designed to take care of a child, especially when they are coming up. But it's not the sole responsibility of the woman to take care of that child. So, like the other caller was saying, a little baby. So it will be so unfair, not that the man cannot do it, but really other people were like, where is the mother of the child? Because there's a law that child needs at that early stage.
There's no law.
From the mother.
There's no law.
Not that it doesn't need the law from the father, but the mother's love is very important. So we can't take something as sensitive as that and give it to a man and say, because...
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. If the mother dies while trying to give birth to the baby...
That's a rare case.
No, but no, it's not. It's not actually rare. In Nigeria, mortality... Listen to me. Maternal mortality rates in Nigeria very, very high. So it's actually not rare. So say, for instance, the mother dies... Anonymous, when the mother's giving birth to the baby and dies, what happens to the baby at that tender age? Who takes care of that baby?
If the man comes up to the responsibility.
Oh, the man comes up to the responsibility then, so it's just simple wickedness that he doesn't do it because the wife is there to do it.
No.
So explain why. If the only reason he can take care of his child is because his wife is dead or sick or incapacitated, tell me what the real reason is. Because you just admitted he can do it, but only in rare cases. Why does he have to take a rare case for you to take care of your child?
Okay, a man that works and provides for the home, he has to come home and take care
The
of
wife
the child.
also works and provides for the home. She has to
say the
come
wife
home and take... No, we're keeping it... I'm the one who's running the show. On a different day, we can say she doesn't work. Today, they're both working. Why does she get to go to work, come home and take care of the children, do homework, all of that? But the man goes to work, comes home and sits down and props his leg up and watches TV.
Yeah, there are certain things that are not fair for each party. They need to iron things out. And that's the help they need to render to each other. It's a reciprocal, it's the help.
But if we're saying that fundamentally one person is responsible and the other person isn't, then we're giving permission for things like that to happen. Are we not?
I think the way the interpretation, the way I would see it, is not that way. It's not that way because men don't deliberately say I don't. I know there are men that callously will say no. Is the woman's responsibility. But I will not say it's the woman's responsibility totally. You understand?
So it's her responsibility 70% of the time, then the man can assist.
Most of the time.
Thank you very much for calling us. Let's listen to our sponsors one more time before we have to go.
Now is the time to advance your career with an internationally recognized degree and at a fraction of the cost with a UNICAF scholarship. Study online using any electronic device connected to UNICAF's state-of-the-art digital platform. And as you learn, keep your job and salary, study in your free time. Study online with one of UNICAF's partners in the UK, Liverpool John Moores University, the University of East London, or the University of Suffolk, and earn exactly the same master's degree as on-campus students in the UK. Or choose to study online with UNICAF University, accredited locally by the British Accreditation Council in the UK. Over $100 million worth of UNICAF scholarship have transformed more than 30,000 lives in 158 countries. You could be the next UNICAF scholar. Call 07000 111 000 to find out how. I repeat, 07000 111 000.
Now, we've got 2 minutes. I know, where does the time go, right? But not to worry, Lagos. This conversation, we're going to have it for a while. So next week, Wednesday, get ready. We'll talk about it again. Next Wednesday, come to me. Let's talk. Who do you think is responsible for raising the child? Who's primarily responsible for raising the child? The man or the woman or both? How does that go? Is it 50-50? Is it 70-40? Is it 70-30? Is it 70-30, 60-40? How does it go? Something else you should learn how it goes is UNICAF, an educational institution.
Yeah. With UNICAF, you get to... you have the opportunity to learn from internationally qualified lecturers and tutors using innovative tools like videos, quizzes, summative tests, and essays, and many, many more, which make learning fun and help students retain the knowledge they obtain for longer. And you also get the opportunity to interact and network with tutors and fellow students from, check this, 158 countries across the globe. You can discover different professional practices and work cultures, build friendships and professional networks that can be used for your future career. You can call UNICAF Nigeria on 07000 111 000.
Our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.